And what is up, my magic miscreants? Risen Dragon here with yet another fun deck tech for you. It's been a while, it's been over a week, it's been busy in my house, so I got to a video when I can. And this week we are looking at Dimir. Now I came across, I've always had this idea of Haughty Djinn with just a group of, instants and sorceries that can really well control things. And I did come across a deck through SlayAnything. Check out his channel. He's really cool. I like his content. He's got some really cool stuff. But SlayAnything has some really good content, and I came across this list and I'm like, oh, I gotta give this a try. The problem is the list had Meat Hook Massacre in it, and as we know, that has been banned from Standard. So I'm hoping Elon Musk comes in and starts to, take over Wizards of the Coast so he can unban everything like he's doing with Twitter. But back to this. I don't want to get political. Let's get back to this. So basically the point of this deck is to basically control the opponent's board, hence it is somewhat of a control deck. We are running stuff like Invoke Despair and all that stuff, but we're going to go into it in a moment. But basically keeping threats off the board, whether it's bouncing them back to their hand, countering them, or whatever, removing them from play, whatever it takes. So let's get into it. First, we're going to start Rona's Vortex. Again, it just returns target creature, planeswalker you don't control, to its owner's hand, but if it's kicked, which is a 2 and a black, put it on the bottom of the owner's library instead of going back to the hand. March of Wretched Sorrow deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. Again, you can exile black cards from your hand, and it costs 2 less. Impulse, just to get some cards into our hand. Infernal Grasp, as much as I would like to remove creatures, I don't like losing life at the same time, but it's cheap removal, and me can gain it back anyways. We are running 2 copies of Silver Scrutiny. We can draw X cards. It has Flash if X is 3 or less. Airtie's Scorn, basically it costs 1 less to cast if an opponent casts 2 or more spells this turn. Great counterspell. Haughty Djinn, as we were saying, again, it is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard, and they cost 1 less to cast. We are running 1 copy of Lil of the Veil. We know what she does. We can discard, they can sacrifice, and then we can, split into 2 piles and they sacrifice the permanents. Karn Silex, just for some mass removal. Memory Deluge, again, we can, put cards into our hand, not drawing them, but put them into our hand. We are running Drag to the Bottom. Basic land types, you're going to see we're running 3 in this deck because we have 2 copies of Rafine's Tower. But Drag to the Bottom, just some nice removal for us there. Sorin the Mirthless, again, we can filter through our draws, we can create creatures, and then we can gain 13 life if he goes ultimate. Airtie Resurrected, as much as I love to destroy stuff, I don't like opponents getting card advantage, but c'est la vie. It is what it is. Really powerful card, though. We can counter target spell activated or triggered ability, or we can destroy another target creature or planeswalker, and its controller draws a card. We have to choose 1. Now, Invoke Despair. Again, this kind of comes in handy with your Haughty Djinn. Yes, it still requires 4 black to cast, but again, with Haughty Djinn, it can, cost 1 less than that. But anyways, it's pretty straightforward. You target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. You repeat the process for an enchantment and a planeswalker. Because we're running so many instants and sorceries, we are running 3 copies of Tolarian Terror, which again costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. All right, we're running some Otawara Soaring City. We're running 2 of those. We're running 2 Rafine's Tower sideboard for our best of 3 matchups, something that SlayAnything didn't do with his, but that's fine. They play best of 1. We're running some Essence Captures. We're running some Negates, 2 copies of Bloodline Culling, 1 Path of Peril, 2 more Rona's Vortex, 3 Shore Ups, and 2 Duresses. So this deck is actually kind of cool. It's actually really it's a good utility deck. It's a good Risen Dragon deck. It's flexible. It's got some late game finishers. The Djinns come in handy. It's a really fun deck to play. So if you're new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and then we do a best of 3, just so you can see how the deck performs in both of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the games. Happy Friday, everybody. We are against Shui for our best of 1 matchup. They go first. Yeah, this one's a little bit slow. No, I'm going to mull that one. This one's better. Yeah, we'll ditch that. So I figure we play this. Play Otawara next. Generous Visitor, hey? Alright, well this is a, an enchantment build, it would seem. I dare them to cast 2 spells on this turn, because I've got a handful of flippin' nope right here. Yes, cast 2 spells, please do. There's one. Okay, here's one. Let's see, enchantment or land. And if you cast another one, I'm just going to Urtai Scorn you, and Generous Visitor will get bigger, but yeah, it's okay. C'est la vie, as I said in the intro. Oh, please, please cast a 3rd spell. Or 2nd spell. I lost count already. It's been a long week. Oh, yes, that's getting countered. Like a mouse. It's getting countered. We're going to take 2 damage. That's okay. That is totally okay. We are just going to... leave all that mana open. Oh yeah, that's getting counted. Absolutely that gets counted. We'll take more damage, that's okay. This March of Wretched Sorrow comes in nice and handy. I'm not going to exile anything, I'm just going to do that. And I gain it all back. Just about. Now, the downside is we will have to basically suffer with whatever they did that. Okay. Yeah, we're going to hold off on that. Nope. That Jin's going to be massive. Now we do that. You're fun. Alright, well, that's okay, because we'll just pick up another one. It's okay. Though I probably should have picked up on Kami of Transience. Okay, well, that goes there. We won't do the Vortex yet. But what we can do, another Circle of Confinement. Okay, well that's going to go back to your hand. Okay. Fun. Spirited Companion. They draw a card. Okay. Fun stuff. In retrospect, I probably should have taken at least one of the swamps, but it's all good. It is all good. It's gonna be like one of those epic 1v1 matches. Like, remember the last video I did? It was just like a 20-minute 1v1 match. And eventually we got him because it, yeah, see, we can't do the thing there. So I don't want them gaining that. So I think we just kind of go from there. And we'll just kick whatever they bring down. So they'll cast that. Yep. So that gets, I'm gonna boot you back. So you get to do nothing. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Or madam. Whichever I implore. Oh gosh. Kami of Transience. Alright, well. And you're not gonna give me one? Alright. Well, give me another swamp and I'm in good shape. Give me an impulse and I'll... Oh, oh, how droll. Yes. Yes. This doesn't win us the game, but it definitely kind of makes our lives slightly easier. Maybe. We'll see. It will come back to their... Yeah, that does come back, but is what it is. Comes back to the hand. It's okay. Alright, shwee shwee. What do we have here? Okay. Meow. You have another circle of confinement. Really? Jeez. Well, that's just kind of the way this one goes, but you know what? I have another Invoke to spare, so... Boom, boom, boom. You have a borrow time. Weaver of Harmony. Okay, fun. Well, let's do the math here. He can attack. That's okay. Are they going to... Okay, Impulse works a little bit. That works quite well. Halti de Jin will come back in. That will go there. I'm going to swing. Ton of damage here. Can you do anything with that? Machikos. Yeah. Okay, they're dead. Or are they dead? I don't know. I think... Yeah, they've got trample on that, so... they could easily trigger that with that, but... Yeah, this may not be good for us, actually. Do they get us? Okay, that happens. The Weaver... They didn't trigger that? Okay. Well, I think we're dead anyways, but... I think they got us. Just enough. Alright, good game. Let's go the best of 3. I don't mind displaying a loss. We're against Graves X. Not with this hand, we're not. Right there, that works a little bit better. Let's see. I think we keep this. We ditch the Sor. No, we keep the Sorin. I think we ditch this. This way we do that. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, do that. We can... We're against an artifacts deck. Yeah, that one we want to be especially careful of. I don't think we want to do that quite yet. No, we're against a Mardu. Are we against that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, we don't want to give them card draw. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Oof. Gain a little bit of life. And discard a few cards. And be on our way. Be on our way. Be on our way. Alright. Okay. Another Blood Tithe Harvester. Fine by me. Do we do... Let's try this. Maybe?
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous. You will serve me well.
Just need one more land, and we're in pretty decent shape with them. Yeah, Infernal Grasp, I had a feeling. So they'll take some life here, and Blood Tithe Harvester will take out Sorin, and gonna be hunky-dory for the moment. Halti de Jin, huh? Well, I want to find another land here. Yeah, and we're gonna do Airtie Scorn as well. So now we can do the Invoke Despair next turn, and we can hopefully do some damage here. Ah, fun. So we can take a ton of damage to begin. What is this deck? Playing a 4-color deck here? Bruh. Good stuff. Let's do the drag to the bottom. Boom. Alright. Riveteer's Charm, huh? Oh, that's cute. That's cute. That's cool. Well, fun. I'm guessing the workshop sheet. No? Okay. So, Blood Tithe Harvester comes down. Planeswalker is probably going to come down next. So they'll sack the Blood Tithe, and they go from there. Yep. That's exactly what happens. Okay.
I'm the new boss around here. Join me, or die. Go ahead, plead for mercy. Pleasure doing business with you.
These are both big plays right there. So, let's see what they can do with this. Now that they've got a bigger board.
Oh, I have a job for you.
Okay.
You work for me now, runt.
Shield. Okay. Well then. At least he's going to be fun. Even more so now. Join. It's a draw card, but I'm okay with that. They're trying to determine whether or not they are... That's okay.
Next time.
Alright, so we're at 10 life. Let's see what they can do here. We do have a fairly big board. No block, I guess. They probably have a trick up their sleeve, which will get around the, which gets around the board, but I'll discard that.
By coin or carnage, tribute is owed.
Well, what do we have here? Yeah, interesting. Okay. So, we're gonna do this. Okay. Well, I think that may have been premature, but fine, whatever works. And we're against ZZ Top. And so far today, we have gone up against a Grixis midrange and a mono blue in this particular session. So I've swapped in Duress to try to possibly get ahead of that. Interesting. Okay. Well, Infernal Grasp. If they throw down a creature, Infernal Grasp will be next. See what they do, though. Probably should not have kept this hand, but that's kind of been the way that my day has gone. Triskaidekaphile. Nope. I'll take damage for that. I'm okay with that. Here we go. Boom. And Sorin will come down. It's like a Simic build, maybe? Like a Simic draw build? Does that be fun? Alright, they're leaving all that open. I'm gonna go with the Sorin. They'll counter it. That's okay. Nope. Okay. Next question is, do I create the vampire? I do.
You fight for me.
Well, they've got something in their hand. Possibly. I mean, they've got 7 cards in their hand, so I'm not saying that they don't have something. They definitely do, but... Case the joint. Then look at the top. Okay, so it's a draw build. Alright. Well, that's interesting. So let's look at the top card of our library now. Decline. Although it is good to know that we've got another swamp in our midst. And now we're just going to draw into all our lands. It's just going to be the case. So. Interesting.
You deal with this annoyance.
Ah, okay. Let's do this. That works. Put that into our hand.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Interesting. Okay. Alright. So ZZ Top looks like they've got some sort of like draw build around Triskaidekaphile maybe, some alternate win cons. Alright, so I mean, this Slay Anything Dimir deck can probably probably hold its own against some lower tier decks, but I think against some higher level decks it might be a little bit more tricky. But we shall see how this one plays out. Okay. Careful cultivation. Oh, it's a 2/4 with reach. It's a flying creature with reach. How droll. With another careful cultivation. Oh, hey, how about that? Well, guess what? You're gonna die. It dies! Because Lil of the Veil is gonna say sacrifice a creature.
Finished before brunch.
Y'all.
I've always hated crowds.
There we go. Gonna reveal top card of our library. We are gonna reveal that. We are gonna put that into our hand. We will swing.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
They had all their Thornwood Falls. So, okay, that works. That works. Now, are you going to flash back your Croaking counterpart, or how's that going to work? No. Yes. So, we're going to wait on that. I don't want to discard a card because... Oh, okay, so here we go. Oh,
You wish to know my secrets?
Alright, we're not going to activate Lil this time, just because I want to have that open right there for anything that comes through. If they decide they're going to counter, or not counter, we've got our tie, so that... Okay, Titan of Industry, no. Do we go with the classy win here?
We all have things we'd rather forget.
And just swing in with one? Yeah, we're just gonna do that.
My ways are
Okay.
not.
So let's go to the second match. See how we do. I do think swapping in the Duresses is definitely a way to go. Especially considering what we've played against today so far. This is really kind of the first deck where I felt like... first deck I felt confident against. And we do have a Duress, so that's good. Got a bunch of different options here. Let's see what we have. Duress. Boom. Yeah, Beseju can go bye-bye. They have a Hullbreaker and a Colossal Turtle, Sky Turtle, so... The only thing is we're gonna have to be real careful with a few things here, because that Sky Turtle is pretty nasty, and so isn't the Hullbreaker. But see where we're at. I'm gonna hold on to the Raffine's Tower simply because if we do the drag to the bottom, that'll give us just, I think it's like -4 or something like that. So Invoke Despair is always good. They have a counter though. Oh, don't. Okay, well, I certainly will not mind discarding down. Take an island. And Tolarian Terror is always an interesting choice, but with the channel there, that's going to be a challenge. So that can get around the ward. Sorin might not be a bad idea. So March of Wretched Sorrow is definitely not a bad idea against a Hullbreaker horror. That could be a good one. Okay, so Boseiju comes back. Okay. Let's see. Do I put down the big threat? Yeah, let's put down the big threat first and see what they do. And of course, the Hullbreaker can come into play if they have another land. Of course, they can pay the cost there. But we've also got some tricks up our sleeve with Rona's Vortex, so I'm not overly concerned about that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Cool. Urtai is always good. They do get to draw a card, but, I mean, that's the only downside, I guess, but, I mean, a 6/6 on the field is always not the best of options. So I think Boseiju, if there's, say, there you put down your Boseiju, that way you can put them into your hand. You're not going to be able to get the Hullbreaker down, but at least you can, do stuff with it. That's just me, though. Another cleanup crew. Okay. I think what we do next is we go for the March of Wretched Sorrow. Haughty Jin is not what I'm looking for here. I'm gonna do drag to the bottom. That way we gain a ton of life. And boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Now we do Haughty Jin. So this way the Vortex will, when we kick it, goes back to the bottom of the library. That is gonna be mouse. Seiju reaches skyward. Okay, put up to one target life from your graveyard on top of your library. Okay, well, I mean, whatever they got, they better have something that's gonna block. Okay, they're gonna play an additional land this turn. Okay, so they're just kind of ramping into stuff, but it's okay. Jewel Thief, yeah, no, they're dead. They are dead. D-E-D, dead. And draw 3 cards, I guess. Whatever. Let's see what we had. I'm gonna be a jerk. And we just finish off with a classy win. And boom. Okay, let's go to the postmortem. So as you see, this deck does have some fun aspects to it. It's got some control, it's got some, nice late game finishers. Is it competitive against some of the stuff that we're seeing with like your Espers, your Grixis, your Mono Blues? I mean, I think it can hold its own. Certainly some of the games we played before the match that we played here, certainly we were having some issues with that, but at the same time I was not making the best decisions when it came to keeping opening hands. But I think a combination of a lot of things. You've got so many instants and sorceries that you're dealing with. You've got Haughty Jin and some removal, and just really I think this deck does have some potential to do some damage in this meta. I mean, again, Is it competitive? I mean, I'm sure you can make it competitive if you play around with it, which is why I put my videos out there. Again, I am not a full-time gamer as far as, you know, content creation is concerned, but I do try to get as many videos out as possible. So take my ideas, tweak them. You know, I want to say thanks to SlayAnything. His deck gave me the idea for this deck, and post Meat Hook Massacre. Certainly we could be looking at something cool here. But as always, kids, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and until next time, may all your draws be godlike, and may all your spells hit the board. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, kids.